Hey Sagittarius, Happy New Year. How are you? I hope you had an amazing birthday season. I'm Tamil. Every month I channel Oracle guidance for the Overflow community at large, which is you. Then after we go a little bit deeper inside the sanctuary, which is our private membership space for communing with self and soul family. And the window to join the sanctuary will be closing at the end of the first full week of January as we seek to invite more intimacy and cultivate community in that space. And so after this week, there will be a wait list up for you to be notified when it's open to join again. Another announcement is that I am leading a 12-week immersion program that starts February the 1st. It is called Rebirth. I'm really excited about it, and it is a 12-week immersion. We'll be meeting once every week live, but there will be self-study and soul study throughout each week and ritual as we're doing a journey through the archetypes of the zodiac. So I won't be teaching you astrology in detail necessarily, or even the tarot. I'll be using the wisdom from these modalities and teaching a new framework for reparenting and tools for self-healing. We'll also be doing a lot of healing and energy work actually around our lower chakras, our root, our sacral, and our solar plexus as we seek to cultivate and build security within ourselves, greater self-awareness, so that we can really give ourselves the rebirthing process so we can transform ourselves and show up in the ways that we've been seeking to. Okay? I'm excited. If you do take that 12-week immersion, you automatically get access to the sanctuary through 2021. So come through, check it out in the bio. All right. You have Golden Palace at the bottom of the deck, Sag. Your strength for the month is details, details, details. Planning, checking things that you've already put on your schedule, being very intentional with your time. There's a magnifying glass here that says clarity and important notes. So reviewing maybe some journal entries, some diary entries, some even like your actual planner from last year. I feel like seeing like who you made contact with, following up on some of these connections, asking them what they have planned for the year, seeing if anyone is interested in collaborating for some ideas that you have. But yeah, your mind is clear and you're feeling very motivated, like to go and to like push through, but your challenge is rock bottom. And if you're feeling frantic about whatever, like the things that you want to do, or like this new start or this new life that you're wanting to create for yourself because you are tired of feeling like being in this place, just kind of realize that like this is an illusion. You're exactly where you want to be. But we'll get the wisdom, some more wisdom from the actual deck itself, the author itself, themselves. Although, as Spirit continues to give me messages to channel, the answers that you're seeking around shifting yourself out of this space can't necessarily be found in the same place. So while I'm telling you to like revisit and to review, it's more of a reassessment, not to repeat. It's almost like finding a way out of the circumstances that you created for yourself, and that's not blaming you for any trauma you experienced or harm that was caused to you at the hands of somebody else. I'm specifically speaking to choices and decisions that you made and now being accountable to yourself on changing that, okay? The most powerful patterns are created within the tiniest details. Pay attention. This is the time to be aware of the fine print in all areas of your life. Look at the details and leave the broad strokes for another time. When this card appears in a reading, it's a sign to finesse a project, make small but meaningful gestures, or add a personal touch to your correspondence. Yes, and, those things matter. They go a long way, especially, in career networking. And relationship building, right? Not shallow networking, just following through. Be aware that what you need to know lies in the details. If you're entering into an agreement of any kind, pay attention to them before, not after when it's too late. Clarity and transparency are key. You can gain great understanding by observing the minute body language. Oh, minute. Offhand remarks. Ooh. And fleeting facial expressions that reveal the larger picture. I don't like that, actually. That's no offense to the author. I think that you being hyper focused on other people's reactions and like what other people think of you or what you think they're thinking is taking you away from your own personal planning, and it's having you kind of project some things onto other people. Like, be aware, but don't make things mean things. I don't like that. I don't feel like that's appropriate. It's not in this season, not in the message the wisdom that I'm getting from Spirit. So, your challenge. This card is the symbol for addiction in all forms, subtle or obvious, and that could be an addiction to making things mean something. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results will never provide you with what you desire. At this moment, there is nowhere else to go, and you're facing the end of the road. If you fear change, be willing to change. Surrender your wants. It was almost like I was speaking as surrender as a force of God. Like surrender wants you, like it's calling you. That essence, that state of being is calling you. Surrender your wants to a higher power. Ask for truth and allow humility to be your guiding force from within, because you don't know everything. You're so brilliant. You're so smart. You're so open to learning. Remember, like, that's what makes you like a visionary and amazing. You will always get what you need. You are only a victim of your perceptions. Take heart, because you can't sink any further. The only way to go from here is up, and wondrous things await you. I don't know why they're dragging y'all like that. It's not that type of rock bottom, but it is like, okay, if you're at a dead end, or if you're like, damn, like, okay, I have to completely overhaul my life. It just be even take some levity with it. Like, don't take it so serious. Just be like, okay, I'm gonna read this for y'all too. Golden Palace. The Golden Palace card represents good fortune, ambitions fulfilled, wealth, and prosperity. Yes, and that's valid, because that's why it's like you are only going up from here. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment, as perhaps you're entering a time of happiness that's long overdue. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are, how authentically you're living your life, and how much love you're willing to share. Granted, receiving this card doesn't indicate material gain and a furthering of tangible rewards, but things come and go, and knowing your true value leads to even greater riches. Now, share the wealth. Act from an abundant place. Honestly, I feel like sharing the wealth is kind of what I meant as far as like following up with the people who you're building relationships with, like sharing in joy, sharing in information, sharing is caring. Okay, I'm gonna get a message for those of you who won't be coming into the sanctuary, but there's something here about reviewing your relationships, like looking over the year ahead and kind of seeing why certain things came to a dead end, or figuring out why you won't let things come to a dead end. And it is having to do or feel like wanting to force something. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. It does. I think it's the Tower. Like, you're not going to be able to continue to pursue certain things because your growth is kind of at stake, and you're shifting your paradigm to realize like what you actually have time for, and you're kind of saving yourself from this rock bottom energy. And if it's not nourishing you or like elevating you, I think you've been removed from it, or you will experience removal from it. So contracts, I don't know, but they want you to, before that Tower moment hits, maybe there is something warning you don't to sign something before you get stuck into a situation that you actually don't like. Could be a lease, so there is like this home energy here, or like where you will live. Could also be a business partnership or contract. Okay, very specific, but that's for somebody here. All right, I love you. Let's get into your reading.